Hello everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to make the 6-split puppet base. Enjoy! What you're going to need is some paper, some scissors, and glue. Take one sheet of paper and cut it in half. Now what you're going to do is fold them. I would recommend folding them pretty thin because your base is going to allegedly go on this. Then you're going to glue it together so it doesn't go loose or anything. Like this. And you're going to fold it in half. Like this. Do the same with the other side. So you should have 2 of these right now. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to make the size of the triangles, the size of your 2 fingers. That way, just measure your 2 fingers like this. So you'll see 2 markings there. Then take your triangle, place it on, and trace out the base. Like this. Now you're going to cut it out by leaving some of the edges on the sides. Like this. Now you're going to fold this exactly on those edges. Like this. And you're going to trace it out on another paper. So then you should have 2 of them the exact same size. Now you're going to take all your parts and paste them together like this. Then they should look like this. They should be the same size exactly to fit on top of each other. Cut out 2 pieces of paper like this and paste it like this. One on the outside and one on the inside. Now your base can stay together like this. Now make 2 more sets of these. After you got 3 bases like this, I'll show you how to paste them. So you're going to put them together like this. And you're going to be pasting them over here on all the edges where they should be together. It should look like this. Paste it together on the inside and outside. Make 5 rings for your puppet. Place the rings like this. Put your hand in like this. And there you go. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to design one of these and create your own base. But this is my method, so it's not going to be like everyone else's method since I paint my puppets. So just keep that in mind. First things first, I know the base is going to be very like flimsy and all because it's not going to work very well when you try opening it or whatsoever. So by the way, just to let you guys know, make sure you put enough paper here in the places where they are connected because that will kind of determine how well it opens or not. So just letting you know. Firstly, what you're going to have to do is trace down this top part of the base on the paper. Like this. Now you're going to take the design you're looking for, like whatever dragon you want, and you're going to draw the top part of that head onto this. I know this is looking plain, but trust the process. So now you're going to want to cut this and make 6 of these. Just letting you know, if you don't use paint like I do, firstly I'd recommend coloring in and drawing the design as you like it, and then cut it out. After you got your 6 parts, now we're going to make the bottom part of the base design first, before we just paste this. So this is what I do. I usually put the top base here, and I see how I want to make the bottom part of the base look like. I draw it out, cut it out, and you're going to make 2 of these. So now you will see my design will look something like this. So I have 2 of these. I'd recommend beforehand tracing off one of them like this up to the point where it cuts. This will be the middle bases. Take 4 of these and cut them directly there, like that. The two that you didn't cut will be on the sides. Now you add the middle ones. Now it should look like this. Now what I do is add more paper here. Like you connected these, connect these as well. It will help to keep the base more sturdy. Like this. Now it will help keep the base more together and sturdy. Now add the jaws. And there you guys go. That is so far as it will look like. So now we're going to do the top. So trace the size of the triangles of the dragon and cut them out. Like this. Now fold them. After you have folded them, cut the edges like this. Now the head part would be very flexible so you can easily paste it in the head part. So you're going to paste it on top in here. Like this, and do the rest. And there you go guys, the puppet head is complete. I'll do a part 2 to show you guys how to put accessories and color. Alright guys, part 2, time to add some extra features. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some fins to the side of his head. I'm going to add fins like these. These are technically his ears, but he's just going to have fins. Alright, so I'm going to make 2 of these. Alright, so my puppet will be looking like this so far. The fins on both sides. So now we're going to add a top fin on his head right in the middle like Widow. So what you're going to do to make one of these fins, what I usually do, is fold the paper in half. Okay. I take the dragon, I trace off the top part of his head just to see how I want the design to be, or more like just to see how his head is curved. Okay. And after you have that, you can draw your design directly on the part as you want it. After you've got your design, paste the 2 papers together and cut it out. Now you will see the fin looks pretty sturdy and whatsoever. You can make spikes or whatever you want with this, but either way, now I'm going to show you how to paste it. So what I usually do is take little slabs, fold them like this, and paste them on the side of the fin right over there. And I paste a whole row of these on the one side, and I paste a whole row of them on the other side. Like this. Now you can paste it on top of the head. Now it should look something like this. Pretty sturdy and pretty nice. Now it's time to add the teeth. So, I know you guys might be thinking I'm crazy, but I usually draw every tooth individually, cut them out individually, and paste them individually. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But these are gonna be overlap jaw teeth, so I'll show you how to do it once I am done cutting them out. Whew. Since the bases are practically the same size, if you paste your teeth on top, they do overlap with each other. So, yeah, that's how I make overlap teeth, is like this. And make sure after you're done that the teeth pretty much slides very perfectly over each other. That's how you can get slid teeth. And alright, I'll do a part 3 on how I color and paint this guy, and probably add a tongue and other stuff too. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Part 3 of making the dragon puppet, and now we're going to be painting it, and this will be the last part. This will be the paint I'm using. I usually just use acrylic paint, so all of this is acrylic paint, and we'll be using some glowing paint as extra features. So as you guys can see, this is the watercolor. This will be the blue that we'll be using for the main base. Alright guys, and the base coat is done. So now we're going to add a darker blue to the ends of the fins for a little bit more detail. Alright, so now it looks like this. So now I'm going to be going with some acrylic craft paint, light blue, for the fins on the inside. And now it looks like this. So now for our next part is The teeth will be white, so I'll repaint them white, and this eye will be black. Alright, so this is how the eye will look like. Anglerfish's eyes are based off black or white, mattering how you want it. So, the teeth I'll paint afterwards, like when I'm done with the whole thing, because they will get stained during the process, because now comes the hardest part, painting the inside of this thing. Alright, so I'll be making mine with two different gradients of pink, would be a light pink and a dark pink. This will just give some depth to the mouth. So usually in the top here, I'll make it very dark, and then on the inside where the puppet's base is exactly in the mouth, that's where it will be light. Alright, the first dark pink layer is done, now for the light pink. Alright guys, and there the pink is done, so now we're probably going to add a tongue to it. So you're going to draw the tongue shape first that you want, then you're going to paint it. Just a reminder, if you are painting anything, even if it is your dragon or whatever, and you see it's starting to fold like this, so it doesn't fold exactly on the parts here when you actually make the dragon, but these parts will, the parts that you paste extra. Then you just paste extra paper in the back of it and it will be okay. But now we're going to cut this out. You make a fold on the end of the tongue like this, and then you paste this in the middle of the dragon. Like this. Now mine will be hanging out between the split like this, just to give it that extra gory look. Alright guys, so now we're going to add some glowing paint to its antler right here, and I'm going to go with the normal glow paint since I don't think I have any other colors that will fit with it, but let's see. Now we're going to add some white for the finishing touches. Alright, and that's how he should be looking like, and I'll do a full reveal on him in the next video. Yay! Split puppet base. Enjoy. What you're gonna need. Alright, so you are not the first to comment this to me. So, people are saying the base doesn't work out, but this is because you haven't done anything to the base yet. The base right now opens like this, as you guys can see, and it does look like this in the front, but Widow looks the same in the front. I'll show her right now for comparison. So obviously, as you open the base, it does open like this. Widow also only opens this far, so it doesn't open like as far as a normal puppet. And also, it's gonna be flimsy, so I want you guys to know that. It's gonna be flimsy before you do anything, so it's very flimsy. And also, this one is much shorter compared to Widow's. Widow is a very tall, very long one, so I just want you to know that there is some comparison differences. One of the first things is you didn't add anything to the base yet, so you just have the base. The base will be flimsy, the base will be stupid, the base will feel like it's not working. But once you have the puppet and you actually build the puppet on the inside, as you guys can see, there is a puppet legitimately here, like a normal puppet. As you make a normal puppet, any normal puppet, like just a normal puppet like this, you make literally one of them like here, you make another one here, and you make another one here, but you just design it differently. Secondly, here's Widow's front. Her front doesn't close at all, so as you guys can see, this is how far it closes. The same as this normal base. It just doesn't close completely. So obviously it won't close completely like Widow's is right now. On top it kind of is, but the bottom is definitely not. So obviously I did paint mine, so it's a little bit stronger here in between, and also I did add this, though these webbing stuff doesn't really do anything. So by the way, you still have to design the puppet before you can just say it's a fail and it doesn't work. Because the base does work. This one works, as you could see. I could open it, but it's very flimsy. You just have to add the puppet in it by making literally a normal puppet here and here. As you can see in the back, here's where the puppet is, here's where the puppet is. I just cutted it off over here. So there's a whole difference to these puppets compared to the normal ones where you just make a puppet and add a top. So these are a little bit different, but this is how it works, and I would like you to know, just try before you just say the base is a fail, because it is not. You just didn't do anything to the base yet. You just have to still add details, add a dragon, maybe give it a tongue, I don't know, anything you want, and then you can say if the base doesn't work. But I paint my dragons, so it's much different compared to color. So this dragon is much heavier, and much stronger because the paint dries and then it's stronger. So I would like you to just know that. Yeah. Another thing I just wanted to mention is, as you can see, here I didn't add any puppet at all. It's just the outside of the puppet here and here. So yeah.